Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to give you an update on the VR I have going for um, 200 subs. Um, and then I'm going to show some baseball cards and also talk about some dealers that I've dealt with at the National or other shows in the past. Um, some guys I'm familiar with, I could maybe give you guys a review of what they sell and where they'll be located at the National. And first, we'll start with the VR. The deadline for that is Saturday at midnight Pacific time. And I really appreciate all the support that I've gotten from all the VRs that everybody has given. And we only have one person um, that put celebrity they met in the actual video for the VR. And if you put your name down there with a celebrity that you met in the past, I'll add you to the list for the people um, that have a chance to win the Kirby Puckett. And I'll just go over the prizes quick in case anybody forgot. This is the one for anybody that just wanted to list celebrity they met in the comments below in the original VR. I'll put a link to that down below. And here's the prize for everybody that does a VR, or for the winner of the drawing. For the people that do the VRs, there's Bobby Thompson and Ralph Branca from the shot heard around the world. 1957, Topps Mini Minoso. 1965, Topps embossed insert of Carl Yastrzemski, #1 card in the set. And a 1972 O-Pee-Chee, Steve Carlton. You can see the back is a little bit lighter than the normal 72 Topps. And some great videos too. Just totally impressed and really really appreciative of everybody that has done videos so far. They're just awesome. Okay, so I was gonna mention a few dealers, actually close to a dozen of them that I've dealt with in the past, and give you a kind of a review of what they're selling, where they're located, how many years they've been at the National. First one I'll start with is Johnny Adams Jr. and Don Halva will be setting up together. Um, they've got a 40 priorities, so they've been to 40 nationals. Mainly what they sell: vintage singles, some memorabilia like tickets and programs, yearbooks, things like that. They're in booth 1029 and 1031. I'll put all the booth information in the description below for everybody to look up if they want to go check out some of these dealers. Look at some Topps Giant cards here too. Here's Dick Stewart. He's in this set. He smashed 3 homers in a game for the Pirates back in 1960, and he also, 1956, he hit 66 home runs in his minor league season. And that's pretty good feat in any league. Another dealer is Pat Armstrong. He's from Burlington, Iowa. He's done 31 nationals. It's under Hawkeye Cards. He's got a nice little shop down there. He sells a lot of the stuff that I display. Vintage oddball cards, memorabilia, just about anything you can think of. whatever he has that weekend, and he'll be at the show. He'll be at the National. I'll put his booth number down in the description below for everybody as well. Here's Rocky Colavito with the Kansas City A's. He had some good seasons with the Cleveland Indians, Detroit Tigers. Rocky once smashed 4 home runs, 4 consecutive home runs in a game. That's pretty good feat too. Here's Nellie Fox, Hall of Famer. I love that Colt 45 hat. That big chaw in his cheek. He got his claim to fame with the White Sox. Great base stealer. And he only struck out 216 times in his major league career. We have players nowadays that strike out that many times in a season. Yet he did that for his whole career, only 216 strikeouts. And the next dealer I have up is Mike Dahl. He's from Minnesota, and he sells a lot of ultra modern, modern, and vintage singles. And he also has some wax and sets. Check him out if you get a chance. And he's been around for 8 Nationals. And another dealer I know is Steve Forsberg. He's also from the Twin Cities, and he sells a lot of vintage singles and sets, mostly 50s, 60s, with a few scattered in earlier cards. Ron Santo from the Cubs. He is a great RBI guy for the Cubs. Later, great announcer, struck down by diabetes. And his teammate on a lot of those Cubs teams is 1961 Rookie of the Year, Billy Williams. And Payne Sports Cards, they're from the Des Moines area. They sell mainly graded cards, new, old, whatever. Just have showcases full of graded cards. This is their 4th National. It's really nice people. Everybody I'm naming are really nice, otherwise I wouldn't be naming them. And next one on the list would be Bob Krowitz of the 9th Inning. He's also has a big presence on eBay, and he sells some higher end graded cards. I know recently he had a Cracker Jack Joe Jackson that he bought in a collection. He's always got some great and interesting things at his table. And next one on the list is Jerry Nelson Enterprises. He's out of Iowa, and he has a lot of maybe off-grade vintage singles, sets, and all sports. It's a lot of oversized stuff. I love digging through his table when I go to a show. And here's, get back to some cards. Here's Jim Bunning, Hall of Famer, former senator. He's in this set because he has listed as he pitched a perfect game for the Phillies, of course. He later pitched for the Tigers and went on to be a senator from Pennsylvania. And here we have Louis Aparicio, great base stealer, known for the Go-Go White Sox, along with Nellie Fox, also a Hall of Famer from Venezuela. The next guy I'd like to talk about at the National would be Johnny Ramirez. He sells a lot of oddball cards, but what attracted me to his table originally was Venezuela cards. I found so many Venezuela cards at his table in Chicago at various shows. And also found that Armin Killebrew Franklin Milk card. Check him out at the show. He's been to 42 Nationals. I believe this is the 43rd National. Oh, and Jerry Nelson, he's on his 23rd national. Bob Crowlett's 9th innings on his, it has done 31 nationals. And Walt Simzik, he's also from Minnesota. He's at his 8th national, or has done 8 nationals. He has a lot of wax, mixed bags of stuff, and a lot of good singles, a lot of good autographs. Known Walt quite a few years, and he's a nice guy. Got some good quality stuff, and he'll have some really good stuff at his table. And here's another card. We got Warren Spahn, the winningest left-handed pitcher. And this card represents his 350th victory. World War II veteran and a longtime Milwaukee Brave. The next one is the youngest man to win a batting title, Al Kaline, Detroit Tigers. And the next dealer I'll talk about is Clint Wilkin from Absolute Cards, and he's from Minnesota also. He'll have a typical store card, what your local card shop has for cards and wax and sets and autographs. He's a good guy, big tall guy. You'll see him. And the next guy is Wyatt Tracy. He's from North Dakota. He's done 8 nationals. He's got 4 booths at the show, a lot of graded cards. He's actually a group submitter for PSA, PSA DNA, and SGC. And that's who I do my PSA DNA submissions through. And I'll be talking to him for sure. I've got some autographs that I gave him for the National. Great guy, big time card grader for sure. And the final person I want to bring up is a good friend also, Jason Hughes. He'll be, his booth will be there for the 41st time, or 42nd time. Been to 41 nationals. He's got a lot of great memorabilia, autographs, pennants. He has some really killer pennants, autographs you wouldn't believe. Really, some high-end autographs, letters, programs. Just a fantastic display he'll have there. And get back to the Topps Giants. Here's Carl Yastrzemski, American League batting champion, Triple Crown winner in 1967. Just about took them all the way. They took the famous St. Louis Cardinals to 7 games before losing in Game 7 to Bob Gibson, which is no small feat. And the final Giant card I have is Brooks Robinson. They have a typical fielding pose of him on the back. Talks about him cracking a grand slam home run. Like everybody for watching. I know I went a little long, but just wanted to share a little bit about some of the dealers that I'll be stopping by to visit at the National, and hope to meet a lot of you at the National, and hope everybody has a great time, finds what they want, and everybody has safe travels. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great weekend.